The time-traveling treehouse. In the small town of Tumblewood, where every house had a garden and every garden had a tree, there was a peculiar tree that stood taller and grander than the rest. Next to this tree was the home of young twins, Tom and Tara. For their 10th birthday, their parents decided to build them a treehouse. But this wasn't just any treehouse, it was built in the peculiar tall tree. The first time Tom and Tara climbed into their new treehouse, they noticed something strange, an old, rusty clock on the wooden wall, its hands spinning wildly. Curious, Tom reached out to touch it. Suddenly, there was a whirl of colors and a dizzying spin. When everything settled, the twins peeked out of the treehouse windows to find themselves in a completely different world. Below them, dinosaurs roamed vast plains. A long-necked brachiosaurus grazed peacefully, while a nimble velociraptor darted through the bushes. The treehouse had transported them back in time. With excitement bubbling, the twins decided to explore. They climbed down and walked among the gentle herbivores, marveling at the creatures they had only read about in books. After what felt like hours, they climbed back into the treehouse and, unsure of how it worked, Tom cautiously touched the clock again. With another swirl of colors, they were whisked away. This time, they found themselves in ancient Egypt. From their vantage point, they saw the pyramids being built. Workers hoisted massive stones, and children played along the Nile's banks. Every time they touched the clock, a new adventure awaited. They witnessed knights jousting in medieval times, met pirates hunting for treasures, and even danced at a ball during the Renaissance. But as the sun began to set on their day of adventures, the twins realized they needed to return home. They touched the clock one last time, hoping it would take them back. To their relief, the familiar sights of Tumblewood greeted them. Their treehouse, perched in the peculiar tall tree, stood still and silent, as if it had known of their secret journeys. The twins descended, their hearts filled with tales of time-traveling adventures. They decided to keep the treehouse's magic a secret, sharing only with each other the wonders they had witnessed. Weekends were never the same for Tom and Tara. Every Saturday, with a gentle touch on the old clock, they would set off on a new adventure, eager to learn, explore, and discover the wonders of the past. And so, in a small town where every house had a garden and every garden had a tree, there stood a treehouse, not just of wood and nails, but of dreams, adventures, and tales of time gone by. Lizzie the Lizard's Luminous Lagoon. In the heart of a vast jungle, where trees whispered secrets to the winds and rivers sang sweet melodies, there was a hidden treasure known to very few, the Luminous Lagoon. At the center of it all was a curious little lizard named Lizzie. Lizzie was a vibrant green, with sapphire blue eyes that shimmered in the sunlight. But what made her truly special was her tail. It glowed in the dark. Every night, when the moon played hide-and-seek behind the clouds, Lizzie would visit the luminous lagoon. The water in the lagoon wasn't ordinary. It sparkled, glimmered, and glowed, just like Lizzie's tail. The lagoon had become Lizzie's secret haven. She loved dancing on the glowing lily pads and chasing the fireflies that twinkled like the stars above. One day, as Lizzie was playing near the lagoon, she noticed that the waters were slowly losing their glow. Worried, she decided to investigate. Following the stream that fed into the lagoon, she found its source, a small waterfall, but it was clogged with dark, murky leaves and twigs, preventing the magical waters from flowing into the lagoon. Lizzie knew she had to act fast. She remembered tales her grandmother told her about the lagoon. The water had a unique magical property. If it stopped glowing, it could affect the balance of their jungle. With determination, Lizzie set out to clear the waterfall. But being small, she needed help. She called upon her jungle friends, Benny the butterfly, Momo the monkey, and Tia the toucan. Together, they worked tirelessly, clearing away the debris, twig by twig, leaf by leaf. As the last leaf was removed, the water began to flow freely, cascading down the waterfall, and the magical glow started returning to the lagoon. Grateful for their teamwork and success, the friends decided to celebrate. That night, the luminous lagoon shone brighter than ever before. Lizzie's glowing tail lit up, harmonizing with the lagoon's shimmer, as they danced and celebrated under the canopy of twinkling stars. News of their efforts spread across the jungle, and the luminous lagoon became a beacon of unity and cooperation. Animals from all over visited, basking in its glow and sharing tales of bravery and teamwork. Lizzie, once just a curious lizard, became a guardian of the lagoon, ensuring its magic remained strong. She had not only saved the glow of the lagoon, but also illuminated the hearts of all the creatures in the jungle, reminding them of the beauty of working together. Percy the Penguin and the Puzzle of the Pyramids. Percy was no ordinary penguin. While his friends in the snowy South Pole enjoyed sliding down icy hills, Percy had a different hobby. He loved reading and dreaming about adventures in far-off lands. One evening, as Percy was flipping through an old, tattered book about the wonders of the world, he came across a chapter about the pyramids of Egypt. He was fascinated. How could such huge structures be built in the scorching desert, he wondered. With determination in his heart and a backpack filled with fishy snacks, Percy decided he would visit these pyramids and solve their puzzle. The journey wasn't easy. Percy had to take boats, trains, and even hitch a ride on a friendly whale. But after many days and nights, he finally found himself standing at the base of the magnificent pyramids. They were grander than he had imagined. Towering above him, the golden stones shimmered in the desert sun. But something was odd. There were symbols and drawings on the pyramids, but one symbol kept repeating, an image of a penguin, just like him. Intrigued, Percy decided to explore further. As he waddled around, he stumbled upon a hidden entrance. Inside, it was cool and dark, with walls covered in more drawings. Following the penguin symbols, Percy ventured deeper into the pyramid. Soon, he entered a grand chamber with a large stone in the center. And on the stone lay a golden pendant shaped like a penguin. Suddenly, the room lit up, and a holographic figure appeared. It was an ancient Egyptian queen who introduced herself as Queen Nefertari. She explained, "Dear Percy, we Egyptians had visited the South Pole centuries ago. We met your ancestors and were inspired by their resilience and strength. As a tribute to them, we built this chamber and left this pendant. It's said that a brave penguin would one day find it. Percy, although surprised, felt a deep sense of pride. He realized that the pyramids weren't just tombs or monuments, but a canvas that held stories, connections, and shared histories. Queen Nefertari continued, "Percy, as the finder of this chamber, you now hold a responsibility. The pendant is a symbol of unity and friendship. Guard it and share its tale, ensuring that the bond between our worlds remains strong." With the pendant safely tucked in his backpack and a promise to honor its story, Percy began his journey back to the South Pole. When he returned, he wasn't just Percy the penguin, he was Percy, the keeper of legends. He shared his adventure, showing the pendant and narrating the tale of the pyramids, the queen, and the shared history. The South Pole echoed with stories of ancient Egypt, of sandy dunes, and of the penguin who bridged two worlds. And in the heart of the icy land, the golden pendant shone brightly, a beacon of unity, adventure, and shared tales.